So I got 2 tows in 2 days. Good morning, beautiful people. It has actually been several days since parking the truck. Talked to a lot of people. I appreciate all of the comments. I think we had, 600 comments on that video. A lot of people, other 6.0 owners. There's a lot of diesel truck, Ford technician type people that watch, and I appreciate you guys because you guys have been so helpful. Basically, we are trying to figure out why it's having problems. So it's just the process of elimination. We're gonna do the obvious stuff, the cheap and easy stuff first before, really digging into it. Because, injectors are very expensive. I'm hoping it's not injectors. So we're gonna do the fuel filter and just basically start going down the list of things that it could be. When we got it dropped off, I had it dropped off on the end of the driveway and was able to fire it up, back it up right here, and then it died. And so there's been a couple people I've actually physically talked to on the phone. The code that's popping up, the P2290, they're like, well, it shouldn't start. That's the, no fuel pressure or no oil pressure. It means you have a leak in the system. It shouldn't start. So that kind of tells us it's something different. Anyways, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go to the auto parts store and get something or other. I just have that sneaky suspicion. So I'm gonna get started. Well, I can already see what kind of day it's gonna be. The cap for the fuel filter is cracked. Could be a good sign. Could be a sign that today's not gonna be a fun day. Looks like my trip to the auto parts store is coming sooner than I thought. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Nope. So one of the nice things with knowing all of my hand tools I have, I know I do not have it's like a 36 millimeter. A wrench is not going to fit in there to get the fuel filter that's underneath there, the cap off. So first trip of the day, I get to go to Harbor Freight and buy a single use tool. Can't think of anything else I would ever need a 36 millimeter socket for. I'll be back. Bye. You can see that's pretty nasty. All right, so fuel filter's been changed. I don't think this is going to be the end of it, but like I said earlier, process of elimination. I'm priming the system. You turn the ignition on and leave it for I think 20 seconds, and you turn it off, turn it on. You pressurize the system, get the air out of the fuel lines. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna fire it up. And I have a feeling if it does start, you guys will be able to see it idle for a second and then die. All right, now the battery's dead. All right, if it isn't one thing, then it's another. Now the battery's dead. I must have left the door open. That's on me. All right, the saga continues. So, it has been a couple days, as you people might have noticed. All right, story time. So we broke down on Wednesday, got towed home. I was gonna go to the auto parts store and pick up some stuff. We borrowed our friend's van again, thank you guys, rather than drive the van like I should have because it's in great working order. It's like, nah, I'll take the truck. I'll take old blue. I know the transmission's going out, but as long as you're going forward, you get in a spot where you don't have to back up, it's good. Taking it out tons of times. I didn't even make it to the auto parts store. So I got 2 tows in 2 days. At least the auto parts store was only, a few miles away, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, that's what kind of week it was. All I can do is laugh. We don't own a vehicle that works right now. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who commented encouragement and tips for figuring out what's wrong with this thing. Basically, it went from an undiagnosable huge quantity of things down to a very small, 5-6 things to check. It is Monday morning right now. I watched videos, I checked things, I looked at stuff all weekend long. And honestly, I'm pretty fried. Sunday, it was like, you know what? I'm not worrying about this thing. I'm not dealing with it. So I didn't do anything on it yesterday. Ran the batteries dead, as you saw. Cranking this thing over, experimenting, it just killed the batteries. So all that to say, I think I've narrowed it down, doing some thinking and thinking. I can't find exactly what the problem is. I've checked the fuel injector control module. It's fine. I've checked, basically everything I've checked is fine. And now I'm down to fuel injectors, which was my original thought. And that's what a lot of you guys said. There is a way I can check them electronically. I have to get to them. I can use a multimeter and I can see what the resistance is. It's measurable. I played around with my little code reader. I have one of those little OBD code readers. So basically, in learning how to use my little code reader, I was able to run some diagnostics, and I found out that number 7 injector is throwing a code. That paired with the code that I already had, which was low injector control pressure, I think I've narrowed it down. I think I've got an injector out. I'm going to start testing stuff, but to do that, I have to pull off a whole bunch of stuff to get down to where the injector plugs are. It's just something to check. That's where we're at. I'm hoping there is a wrap up to this vlog. Here it is, it's been 5 days, right? I'm ready to be done working on this car so I can go work on the other car that's broke down. At least that one, I think I can go down to the junkyard and get a transmission. So we'll burn that bridge when we get there. What are you doing? Are you sitting in the window watching me?
Yeah.
It's like, Dad, hurry up. Tired of looking at that thing. Okay. Seems like I'm just burning daylight. 5th day is, well, we're on the sunset portion of the day. Yeah, I got nothing. I ripped into it. I checked all of the fuel injectors for, you can check their resistance to see if there's an electrical problem with them. All of them measure the exact same, and it's within parameters. Couldn't find a smoking gun, couldn't find a injector that was messed up. Well, I take that back. Up in here, it's too dark. But anyways, back in there, there is number 1 injector. I don't know what happened. Apparently someone had just jabbed the plug until the injector's top, it's plastic, it's a little plastic plug, just cracked and broke off. And so now the plug for injector 1 does not plug anymore. It won't stay latched. Could be part of the problem. I don't know. I did the check where you unplug every single fuel injector except for one, and you go one by one at a time, and listen to it to hear how it cycles. And all of them sound identical. All of them are functioning. All of them are working right. So I don't know. I'm nearing the end of how much diagnosing I can do. You know, a lot of people are like, just take it to a shop. Why? So they can diagnose it the same way I am? That's a whole bunch of labor. But like I said, I'm running out of things to check. I did go to the auto parts store. Got a friend that works at one of our auto parts stores, and I told him basically my nightmare that has been the past 5 days. And he kind of, he nodded with everything I told him because he knows 6.0s, and he goes, well, have you tried taking out sensors and cleaning sensors? It's like, no, I haven't tried that yet. So I guess I'm going to be cleaning some sensors. We'll try that. I got some dielectric grease and some, contact cleaner. There's quite a few sensors that I get to take apart and mess with. So on to the next thing. All right, it has been quite a week. I have basically checked everything I can check. Found a sensor that is busted. It's a injection control pressure sensor. It's bad, so I've got it ordered. Nobody in town had it, like a week that I have to wait. So with that, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. It's been Do I have Ford stamped on my forehead yet from beating my head against the truck? Actually, it hasn't been that bad. It really has not been that bad. Once I figured out how to start diagnosing stuff, it's like, okay, check this, check that, check this and the other thing, and it's really not too bad. So we're just gonna leave this here. If there's interesting stuff happening with the truck, I'll film it and I'll let you guys know. But I've done as much as I can. I could film just staring at it. Not very exciting. We're gonna leave it here. I will catch you guys on the next one.